The only thing I remember is vaguely setting up the job, and then I remember like a pink flash. I thought a bomb went off or I was in a fire or something exploded because I looked down at my body and I was just completely cooked. I got life flighted to Grady Memorial Hospital to their burn unit. After about the 7th surgery, they told me that my ulnar artery that's supplying blood to my right hand was like non-existent. My hand was pretty much just gonna die. And so that's when I told them to amputate it. I was always like really like ADD, I guess, growing up. When I was 15, my parents got me a drum kit for Christmas, and I was playing rhythms the first day I got it, you know, Eric Clapton and B.B. King. My thoughts in the hospital after I had my hand amputated was, I'm not playing drums anymore, I'm not playing guitar anymore. Like everything you can't do with, you know, 2 or 1 hand. All these things thrown in my face at one time, you know, just kind of weighed down heavy. You can only stay depressed for so long, you know. There's really no other option besides to take what you have and do something with it. My teacher showed me some videos of this robot, Shimon, that played marimba. I was just completely mind blown. And so I was all excited and I knew I was like, Gil's probably the guy I should talk to.
So everyone is talking now about robots taking our jobs, and some people look at me and say, are you evil? I understand a robot that will build a car and take a manufacturing job. I even understand a robot that will clean a floor and will take cleaning jobs. But are you going to take music from us? Music, the most human and emotional thing. So obviously the answer is a huge no. My robots are there in order to inspire humans, in order to take humans and push them to a new direction and explore new things. They don't have instructions, they don't follow pre-recorded anything. Everything that they do is based on what they listen. About a couple of years ago, I got an email from Jason Barnes, who I didn't know, and he said, I lost my arm in an accident. It was very devastating for me. Life for me was music. I'm a drummer. And I saw your videos online. Can you maybe use some technology to develop a robotic arm? The main thing that he wanted was to be able to control the grip of the stick. But he doesn't have a wrist and he doesn't have palm. So he cannot control how hard he hits, and that's very important. That's a lot of expression from drummers, to hit very tight and to hit very loose. I really saw the potential. I saw, wow, we can really make something amazing from that.
As soon as I got the email back from him, I was just like in awe, you know. It was kind of great to have somebody on my side that was willing to help me get my life back.
We sort of brainstormed, Gil and I and some other classmates and some colleagues, about how we could develop sort of an electromechanical device that would replace the functionality of his lost fingers and hands and wrists. We put some EMG sensors on his arm, and based off of how he flexes, it recreates the bounce capability.
After 8 months or so, we called him and said, it's ready. He didn't see the arm until that day that it came back from California, from this company maker. He was really amazed the first time he used it. Without the project, we probably wouldn't have made. But now we are gigging buddies. We travel around the world and play together.
They have this robotic band that's been out for a while, and it's just a bunch of robots, but everything's pre-programmed, nothing's improvised, nobody's jamming. And so with something like this, it's kind of brings a whole new thing to the table, having half robot, half man band just kind of coincided with each other. The robots, they never mess up, so everything's on time, everything's steady. So you can get to a point where the music kind of sounds really robotic and just too perfect and there's no feel behind it. But yeah, a lot of times you just kind of get caught up in the moment and you don't really realize that's a robot.
Even though they might be playing the same style like jazz or rock or something, you're going to get different types of improvisations or different types of phrasing. Just because Shimon is not physically shaped like a person. There's no other person on the planet that has 8 arms like Shimon does that can play all of these different patterns that Shimon is capable of. Or even with Jason in his prosthetic, he's able to play like 40 hertz with one hand, which is ridiculous. Nobody can do that.
When you come with your human emotions and expression, and you are met with robots that have computation power and mechanical abilities, there can be a spark that would lead to amazing music that would really be something new and unique.
So I was like on the plane to, I believe it was France, and I kind of just was thinking, what exactly would I be doing if this wouldn't have happened to me? Right now I'd be at home working the same job, not really doing anything, and I'm like, hey, I'm traveling now. My life is awesome. I'm going places. I'm getting paid to play music, which is all I ever wanted to do in the first place. If you'd see something like that in a 90s movie, it's science fiction. Now people are having to move stuff out of science fiction, put it in nonfiction because that kind of stuff's real now.